Hello, this is Salton Gurley, Managing Editor of the Wisconsin Daily Independent, here with a breaking news story from Washington, D.C., where Congressman Kevin McCarthy has withdrew his name for Speaker of the House. This comes as a great shock to those inside D.C. who assumed that he would run and that he would easily win the seat. This has been met with great enthusiasm with conservatives on social media who considered McCarthy to be part of the Bonner regime and therefore it would be more of the same. However, the bad news for these same conservatives is that their first choice, Congressman Trey Gowdy, has reiterated that he will not seek the position. There are a couple of reasons why people are assuming. Number one, there's one reason is that many think he's not going to run for re-election next year, and therefore why would he take this job as a short-term deal? And number two, and I think more likely, is that Congressman Gowdy has seen what speakers have had to do to come sometimes sell out their integrity a little to get a deal passed because they are in leadership. I don't think the congressman considers himself that type of person, and I don't think he wants to have to do that on anything. And so maybe he's not running because he thinks he can be more effective for the conservative movement by staying in the seat that he's in and being that voice of opposition to both the Democrats and the establishment GOP. I personally think it's the right move for him to stay in that position as just being congressman. However, there is another congressman from Utah, Jason Chaffetz, who seems to be a conservative based on his voting record. It's a very good voting record, very conservative socially and fiscally. However, he has in the past worked with Bonner to go after certain Tea Party, more conservative members of Congress. He has apologized for such, but it does call into question whether he is a true conservative who just got caught up in a couple things, or whether he is just a person trying to keep a seat and he uses his conservatism when he needs to. What we do know is that U.S. Senator Ted Cruz is definitely pulling some strings in the background. Everyone knows that the senator is well respected by many in Congress. Many true conservative, Tea Party conservatives, I guess you'd call them, do support Senator Cruz, and Senator Cruz has a lot of pull with them. To me, if Senator Cruz has anything to do with this, and he can find a way to take credit for it, it would give him a huge boost in his run for president. We're talking about a U.S. senator who many people feel cannot get things done because even though he complains about stuff, he doesn't get things changed. And here he is fundamentally changing Congress by potentially being involved in who the next Speaker of the House is. That is a big feather in his cap if he can achieve it. So the big winner today is Ted Cruz if he can get a true conservative into that position as Speaker of the House. The other big winners today have to be the conservatives in America who are tired of the same old out of the GOP leadership and looking for that new leader. It might not be Gowdy. There's other conservatives out there in Congress who are doing a good job that deserve consideration. I think that Jason Chaffetz would be a great choice myself. I saw him during the hearings for Planned Parenthood. He is a conservative. We can hold him to the fire and his other stuff and just hope he works out. But either way, this is great news for the conservative movement in America and for all Americans because everyone knows what's good for conservatism is good for America.